Reflecting on my 22 years of experience working for and with hundreds of organizations, I see organizational change as a process in which the leaders of an organization are seeking to alter or pivot a program, policy, or procedure, or maybe a series of these things into a new direction in an effort to improve the relationship between the business and its clients, or the business and its employees that keep it operating. It's a development of a new path, an evolution, a remodel of how an organization provides service. A successful business continues to be successful only by its willingness to calibrate its performance. When an organization refuses to change or becomes stagnant, it can no longer be competitive with other organizations. Sometimes organizations can forecast challenges that may hinder the ability to provide high-quality service. Other times, a call to action is made by the feedback of its clients, who may expressly provide feedback on the quality of services or implied through a decrease of sales or visits. Now, although an organization may know that a change is needed, it may not understand why. The why may be directly or indirectly related to the challenge that is in need of attention. The root cause of that change needed could be due to new leadership, organizational politics, integration, technology, social pressures, growth, or culture, both internal and external. To identify the root causes of the change needed, we engage in organizational development. This is used to understand how an organization is attempting to meet its mission. Once the cause is known, the organization can begin the process of organizational change, taking what has been learned and determining how to make changes towards their future state. I like to look at the entire process similar to how we look at illnesses. The organization's dilemma is the symptom. Organizational development is essentially looking at diagnosing the cause. And organizational change is the prescription that makes the body, or in this case, the organization, healthier. There are several change management models that exist that can be codified into two categories. The first is process-focused models, and the second is people-focused. One of the process-focused models that is commonly practiced is the Lewin's change model, where we unfreeze the current status quo of something within an organization, implement the necessary changes, and then refreeze it by making that change the new norm of the organization. A people-focused model that acknowledges the internal emotional transition members of an organization experience during change is the Bridges transition model. This model, like the previous, has 3 stages that takes place, helping to manage the human side of change successfully. First, with the ending, losing, and letting go phase, where people say goodbye to the old process that employees use. Then, the neutral zone, or phase in which members are in between the old way of doing something and the new. Now, in the neutral zone, the change has not occurred. However, it's a moment to provide support to those impacted by the change, communicate confidence about the transition, ease concerns of uncertainty, and initiate steps that eases the members into the new norm. The new beginning is when the members of the organization begin to operate in the new process or procedure. This can be a confusing time, but with the right amount of support and pre-planning from the neutral zone phase, employees will gradually become accustomed to the new process. When using any change management model, the most important component that exists in all of them is effective communication. Sure, we can tell members of an organization about a change, but the responses vary depending on how the change is communicated. It's important that those leading the change communicate with a sense of empathy, acknowledging the different emotions that may exist as a result of the change. When there are successful milestones as the change is occurring, be sure to celebrate those successes with the teams contributing or following along. Remind them of the long-term vision and how their successes are helping lead the organization there. Keep in mind that not everyone will participate or be open to change. We must learn that resistance is a part of the process, and we must take steps to overcome it. Obstacles must be removed that hinder progress. This could be environmental obstacles or even people. Give people a cool-off period where they can reflect on the change and, if possible, receive training that can help them adapt to that change. In practicing communication, be sure to listen to even those who may not agree with the change. Allow them to provide feedback and use that feedback to determine what unique forms of support is needed that can help bring them on board. Change in an organization is pervasive, ongoing, continuous. During the process, we want to keep teams that are implementing that change on task. We want to make sure that we are providing the right resources that aid them to successfully complete that change. As managers of that change, we want to keep a positive attitude and convey a positive outlook on what the change can do for everyone in the organization. And as that change is becoming reality, be sure to give enough time for everyone to get settled into the change, as anything worth building takes time.